And this is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, Book 5 in the Do the Wrong Thing series. Last time I read, Ava learned more about Garrett, including that he was probably in rehab right before she met him. He invites her to a party with one of her favorite bands, but she says no because she's heard that they like heroin. Trigger warning, there is icky sex, language, and mental health issues going on here. So, this is a continuation of the chapter called Ministry. You want to come with me? Garrett grins, surprised. Yeah, I nod. I thought about being a welder once. He laughs. Of course you did. It's another gorgeous day in Concord when we drive Matthew's red truck to the workshop. What's the deal with this place? Anyone can work here? It's a friend of a friend's, Garrett says, but I pay him some rent. Garrett, dear reader, is not here willingly. Matthew's been on his case about finishing this job, and Garrett says he'll have to move out of the Teddy Bear Club soon. This all makes me happy. I'm not the only one in my Garrett repair project. Not that I'm going to Westrud. I have to get to Westrud. Why don't you come to Westrud with me? I've asked him a few times. A new city and a new start. Huh, like me. CCA is a better school, he replies, or sometimes merely smiles, eyes starry but sad, shaking his head. You should stay here. He's right about CCA. The measurement is off. He frowns. He grabs a ruler and lines it up beside the inbuilt ruler on the metal cutting table. He's building a large gate for someone's driveway. Not any old gate, but a fancy one with a sun and moon design. I didn't design it, he says. I'm only building it. Impressive, I say, and he stops, hands on his hips, nodding. Garrett studied industrial design at CCA before he dropped out, second year. He stares at the rulers that line up perfectly, and I stare at him thinking, why not measure the metal? Take an additional reading of the steel being cut with a different measuring implement. He regards the hash marks for a second, then says, let's leave this for now. I gotta meet somebody. I nod, wondering if it's genius or paranoia to measure a ruler with another ruler. 3 burly, dark-haired men wait for us in the outdoor seating area of a licensed Mexican food stand. They all wear heavy turquoise and silver rings, bracelets, and necklaces. I can't place this adornment. Older hippie women, especially ones into astrology and crystals, wear turquoise and silver, but the men attached to these women never wear it. At least not in the quantities these guys do. Not one of them smiles when we join them. Garrett and the men discuss a mutual friend and when he'll be available to meet. Asha Tremaine? Garrett quizzes. You don't want to meet her? Asha Tremaine is a young actress who made waves a couple years ago with her portrayal of a naive teenager who enjoys a rape by an older man in Wicked Love, an art house movie. She was barely 18 and hot as fuck in that minor role. Now she's everywhere. Asha disappears into her characters, so you never really see Asha. She deserves every bit of success she's getting. Still looking away, I half mumble, are you going to do drugs? I turn to face him. He looks at me, smile frozen, stunned. Reader, I worry about myself and Garrett's drugs as much as I do about him. Like Asha's character in Wicked Love and her, awakening. I'm afraid I'll find whatever good stuff Garrett's got a little too appealing. Are you? He looks away. Then I'm not coming. This is the 3rd time he's asked me about this party. It's happening at the Teddy Bear Club, in the back room, not the main bar area. Sitting on a 3-foot-high storage box built into the hallway behind the main bar while contractors and Teddy Bear Club employees bustle, getting ready for tomorrow's party, I face Garrett, who stands in front of me. He pushes my legs apart, moves closer, and puts his arms around me. He's not usually physical in public. He pulls me to him. As we stand and sit there, I tell him things I've never told him before. Hardly the time or place, but I guess having drawn a line in the sand about drugs and expressing it, I'm afraid I'm going to quit school, drop out, that things won't go like I planned. I don't know if I know what I'm doing, I confess. Garrett pushes himself against me, smiling shyly, like a child. What the hell? He's hard. Why is me being weak making him hard? Reader, this next episode isn't funny, but it's so unusual and I don't know. Maybe it's a warning to you to stay away from dangerous people. I mean, I had little choice, and you won't either if you're hanging around the risky ones. At least Garrett had connections, and he'd gone to art school, Concord College of Art, where you have to be accepted. If I wasn't with him, I'd be with other addicts, alcoholic Anja and Howie, the old punk passing out in our front room every other night, and Damien and his friends. At least Garrett's friends look out for him. Damien's friends look out for each other, and Anja literally funds Howie's existence along with welfare. Garrett's friends have more money, more bravado. Well, more money for sure. Uncertain about the bravado. I'm cautious. I've learned from my experience with Greg and have more going on now. I've been accepted to Canada's 2 best art schools on my own. No help from a man. Anyway, while the Usha Tremaine party rages, I'm at home trying to sleep. Instead, a tunnel forms inside me from, well, my legs to my heart, about 2 inches in diameter, almost as wide as Garrett's friend's roll of cash. I mean, it's not a real tunnel, but that's what it feels like. It throbs like a fresh bruise someone is working their thumb into relentlessly. When Greg walked out of me last fall, I experienced telescopic tunnel vision with him far away at the end. The same thing I experienced when I was in university, when I stole a schizophrenia ad from the back of a bus. Apparently, these were stress-related hallucinations. This tunnel is larger, softer, and inside me. That means something, I think, that it's inside me, a healing of sorts. The telescopic vision was external. 1 second I saw normally, and the next it was through this backwards telescope. I'd been panicking, sure, but the effect didn't come with any new emotions or feelings, if that makes sense. The only sign of anything new in my psyche was the vision. Is that what a stigmata is? The body manifesting something emotional or mental while the person feels nothing? At this moment, though, I understand what I'm experiencing, why the pain is here, even if the intensity of it alarms me. I know it will end. I'm saying no this time, that's it. Well, with Greg and the bus ad, something that wasn't me took over. At this minute, I could get up and go to Garrett, do whatever he's doing, or not do whatever he's doing, but I don't trust myself to complete this second option. Last fall, I couldn't leave Greg, even though every atom in me knew I had to. He had to leave me. With the schizophrenia bus ad, well, Gerald and I had been drinking and continued to drink that night a lot. Have I ever felt pain like this before? Falling off my bike onto my knee, except right now the pain goes on and doesn't lessen. Is this how people end up on drugs? Hurt so great and no apparent cure. How was the party? Garrett grins and points to the ceiling at the Teddy Bear Club. He pitches his voice high and squints as if he's zeroing in on the exact tiny spot where he was, right up there. He looks back at me, grinning so wide. He obviously had a fantastic time. I smile and nod, exhale short and sharp through my nose. We sit at the bar for a few minutes in silence, then he says, Usha's quite plain in person. I tilt my head towards him and he looks at me. She's pale, right? I say. He nods, yeah. A blank canvas. You can paint whatever you want on her, I quip, sarcastic but also serious. He nods again and grins. I think you're right.